I got a real question to ask you about that. At what point did you go from losing to being profitable on a regular basis? And what helps you get to that point?
Okay, so I guess I'll start by saying I think every trader in general, not just Forex, but the stock market, bonds, whatever, they all go through like a similar phase throughout their process. Some people do it faster than others, but for me, you know, it was like my boy got me into trading. Lives in Miami. He's been trading like 7 years.
Right.
And so he had been trying to get me into it, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm in real estate, da da da. And I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. And I started, like, it's been 2 years, but not a full 2 years. Like, I started it, I quit, started again, like, you know what I mean? And so I started on a demo account, obviously, and I learned from YouTube, and I was like, I feel like I'm ready now. After a few months, opened a live account, made a little bit of money, blew that account. Blew my next account. Like, I've blown so many accounts, like, throughout the whole process.
Right.
And so, probably like a year into it, I'd say, I was studying like 14, 15 hours a day. Like, just in the office, on my laptop, eyes burning, everything. And after a while, I tried so many different strategies and whatever. And at the end of the day, you can learn as many strategies as you want to in the Forex market, stock market, whatever, but the person who teaches you, they're showing you what works for them.
Right.
Yeah, there's like a foundational strategy, but you need to, like, you can take that strategy, but you need to make it your own.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so after a while, like, it just kind of like clicks. The more you back test, the more you study the market, you just see it's fractal by nature, so it repeats itself.
Right.
And so once you start seeing the same thing over and over, it's like, oh, I've seen this before, I know what to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And probably like 6 or 7 months ago, I got introduced to smart money concepts, which is institutional trading. And the Forex market is ran by, you know, like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, you know, all these big banks.
Right.
And so the Forex market is so liquid, they're the only people who can move the market, right? And so for me, I was like, that logically makes sense to trade like them, if they're the ones creating and moving the markets along with algorithms, which they also have. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I was like, let me see what this is about. And I started like a small live account just to, you know what I'm saying, try it out, see if it works for me or not. And it worked. I started getting consistent. I was like, well, I'm consistent now. You know what I'm saying? And then it got to a point where my strategy and everything's good, like everything works out for me. And then it was more so a battle with my psychology.
Right.
As of like, oh, should I close this trade out? When should I close it out? I'm in a little bit of down draw. What should I do? You know, and like keeping that emotional stability and just trusting your like analysis per se. And so I had like I forgot who introduced me to him. It's some guy who trades, but he's also a psychologist. And so I had like a 30-minute phone conversation with him about like, yo, this is what I'm struggling with. How do I get over it? Because I'm right at the edge of like, I'm good with this. I can do it for the rest of my life now. You know what I mean? And so I talked to him for like 30 minutes, and I just worked on that every day. And I'll say like 2 months ago, like everything just like clicked, and it's perfect now. And my goal now, I'm working with a company called Funding Talent. Not working with them, but I'm doing their verification challenge right now. And the goal is to get funded $300,000 with them. And then my boy just got funded $200,000. Shout out to my boy Brandon last week. So
I need some of that.
Hopefully, bro. Like, yeah. And if you're into trading, and definitely check out Funding Talent. It's 80-20 profit splits. You get 80% as bi-weekly payouts through crypto, through PayPal, direct deposit, whatever you want. But yeah, that's the whole goal, bro. Once you're funding $300K, is like, just uphill from or downhill from there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because that's the whole goal. Where like trading is like, that's gonna be like my primary source of like building wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But as soon as that's built up, that's when I'm gonna start to like diversify.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people where they mess up is they try to do the 6 things at once. You know what I mean? They'll try to trade, they'll try to do real estate, they'll try to do e-commerce, like all these things at one time. Right? And I'm like, dude, like you gotta stick to one thing. Build that primary source up. And it's okay to change it if you don't like it. Try it for 6 months, move to the next thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're all young here, like all we got is time, so try it and move on. And once you find something that clicks, stick with it and just build that source of income up until you have enough money to diversify in other things. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when I'm sleeping, I still want to make money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I already got my whole plan down, like as to what I'm going into. So it's just that first passing the challenge, and that's it.
Right.